he has consulted for schools with proven track records that have reshaped many schools. To him, he believes every school matters irrespective of class. He loves to explore on new ideas and write to inspire many people as a social media influencer in the Eduspace. Today, he is the founder and CEO of Perky Hill School and chief learner at Edustar Consulting Limited. Bello Abdulrahman Al is an author, insightful speaker, teacher, school growth strategist, and an entrepreneur. He has an extensive experience in the education sector that spans over 18 years as a teacher, head of school, school owner, and a school growth strategist. He is passionate about the education sector, intentional about schools' growth and development. He is the man to call when a school is experiencing challenges as regards to brand sustainability and relevance. Till date, he has consulted for schools with proven track records that have reshaped many schools. To him, he believes every school matters irrespective of class. He loves to explore on new ideas and write to inspire many people as a social media influencer in the Eduspace. Today, he is the founder and CEO of Perky Hill School and chief learner at Edustar Consulting Limited. Bello Abdulrahman Al is an author, insightful speaker, teacher, school growth strategist, and an entrepreneur. He has an extensive experience in the education sector that spans over 18 years as a teacher, head of school, school owner, and a school growth strategist. He is passionate about the education sector, intentional about schools' growth and development. He is the man to call when a school is experiencing challenges as regards to brand sustainability and relevance. Till date, he has consulted for schools with proven track records that have reshaped many schools. To him, he believes every school matters irrespective of class. He loves to explore on new ideas and write to inspire many people as a social media influencer in the Eduspace. Today, he is the founder and CEO of Perky Hill School and chief learner at Edustar Consulting Limited. Bello Abdulrahman Al is an author, insightful speaker, teacher.
She is an author, education influencer, analyst and advocate, education management expert, school quality improvement and development strategist, trainer, public speaker, coach, mentor, and the convener of a number of training programs for stakeholders. She is a certified management consultant and fellow of the Institute of Management Consultants. She is the director of studies at Flourish Gate Education Management Academy, offering school administration course and other courses for stakeholders. She is the CEO, lead consultant, Flourish Gate Global Consult, Management and Education Consulting, and the lead convener Bring Back Primary 6 Movement, an advocacy group concerned with ensuring children complete the process of primary education at the appropriate age and be future ready. This is being replicated in many states in Nigeria and still gaining more grounds. She is a seasoned educator and consultant with 40 years in the education industry. She has been awarded by several organizations and institutions in recognition of her passionate contributions in the education industry. She is in the board of a number of schools in Nigeria. She is a public speaker, coach, trainer, mentor, and lifelong learner. She is passionate about process, procedure, and standard. She is a graduate of the prestigious University of Lagos, Akoko, for both her first and second degrees with foundation in both NCE and Grade 2 teacher's education. She is a Christian leader, happily married to a man who gives her wings to fly, and blessed with 4 amazing children. She is an author, education influencer, analyst and advocate, education management expert, school quality improvement and development strategist, trainer, public speaker, coach, mentor, and the convener of a number of training programs for stakeholders. She is a certified management consultant and fellow of the Institute of Management Consultants. She is the director of studies at Flourish Gate Education Management Academy, offering school administration course and other courses for stakeholders. She is the CEO, lead consultant, Flourish Gate Global Consult, Management and Education Consulting, and the lead convener Bring Back Primary 6 Movement, an advocacy group concerned with ensuring children complete the process of primary education at the appropriate age and be future ready. This is being replicated in many states in Nigeria and still gaining more grounds. She is a seasoned educator and consultant with 40 years in the education industry. She has been awarded by several organizations and institutions in recognition of her passionate contributions in the education industry. She is in the board of a number of schools in Nigeria. She is a public speaker, coach, trainer, mentor, and lifelong learner. She is passionate about process, procedure, and standard. She is a graduate of the prestigious University of Lagos, Akoko, for both her first and second degrees with foundation in both NCE and Grade 2 teacher's education. She is a Christian leader, happily married to a man who gives her wings to fly, and blessed with 4 amazing children. She is an author, education influencer, analyst and advocate, education management expert, school quality improvement and development strategist, trainer, public speaker, coach, mentor, and the convener of a number of training programs for stakeholders. She is a certified management consultant and fellow of the Institute of Management Consultants. She is the director of studies at Flourish Gate Education Management Academy, offering school administration course and other courses for stakeholders. She is the CEO, lead consultant, Flourish Gate Global Consult, Management and Education Consulting, and the lead convener Bring Back Primary 6 movement, an advocacy group concerned with ensuring children complete the process of primary education at the appropriate age and be future ready. This is being replicated in many states in Nigeria and still gaining more grounds. She is a seasoned educator and consultant with 40 years in the education industry. She has been awarded by several organizations and institutions in recognition of her passionate contributions in the education industry. She is in the board of a number of schools in Nigeria. She is a public speaker, coach, trainer, mentor, and lifelong learner. She is passionate about process, procedure, and standard. She is a graduate of the prestigious University of Lagos, Akoko, for both her first and second degrees with foundation in both NCE and Grade 2 teacher's education. She is a Christian leader, happily married to a man who gives her wings to fly, and blessed with 4 amazing children. She is an author, education influencer, analyst and advocate, education management expert, school quality improvement and development strategist, trainer, public speaker, coach, mentor, and the convener of a number of training programs for stakeholders. She is a certified management consultant and fellow of the Institute of Management Consultants. She is the director of studies at Flourish Gate Education Management Academy, offering school administration course and other courses for stakeholders. She is the CEO, lead consultant, Flourish Gate Global Consult, Management and Education Consulting, and the lead convener Bring Back Primary 6 movement, an advocacy group concerned with ensuring children complete the process of primary education at the appropriate age and be future ready. This is being replicated in many states in Nigeria and still gaining more grounds. She is a seasoned educator and consultant with 40 years in the education industry. She has been awarded by several organizations and institutions in recognition of her passionate contributions in the education industry. She is in the board of a number of schools in Nigeria. She is a public speaker, coach, trainer, mentor, and lifelong learner. She is passionate about process, procedure, and standard. She is a graduate of the prestigious University of Lagos, Akoko, for both her first and second degrees with foundation in both NCE and Grade 2 teacher's education. She is a Christian married to a man who gives her wings to fly, and blessed with 4 amazing children. She is an author, education influencer, analyst, and advocate, and school quality improvement and development strategist, speaker, coach, mentor, and the convener of a number of training programs for stakeholders. She is a certified management consultant and fellow of the Institute of Management Consultants. She is the director of studies at Flourish Gate Education Management Academy, offering school administration course and other courses for stakeholders. She is the CEO, lead consultant, Flourish Gate Global Consult, Management and Education Consulting, and the lead convener Bring Back Primary 6 movement, an advocacy group concerned with ensuring children complete the process of primary education at the appropriate age and be future ready. This is being replicated in many states in Nigeria and still gaining more grounds. She is a seasoned educator and consultant with 40 years in the education industry. She has been awarded by several organizations and institutions in recognition of her passionate contributions in the education industry. She is in the board of a number of schools in Nigeria. She is a public speaker, coach, trainer, mentor, and lifelong learner. She is passionate about process, procedure, and standard. She is a graduate of the prestigious University of Lagos, Akoko, for both her first and second degrees with foundation in both NCE and Grade 2 teacher's education. She is a Christian leader, happily married to a man who gives her wings to fly, and blessed with 4 amazing children. She is an author, education influencer, analyst, and advocate, education management expert, school quality improvement and development strategist, trainer, public speaker, coach, mentor, and the convener of a number of training programs for stakeholders. She is a certified management consultant and fellow of the Institute of Management Consultants. She is the director of studies at Flourish Gate Education Management Academy, offering school administration course and other courses for stakeholders. She is the CEO, lead consultant, Flourish Gate Global Consult, Management and Education Consulting, and the lead convener Bring Back Primary 6 movement, an advocacy group concerned with ensuring children complete the process of primary education at the appropriate age and be future ready. This is being replicated in many states in Nigeria and still gaining more grounds. She is a seasoned educator and consultant with 40 years in the education industry. She has been awarded by several organizations and institutions in recognition of her passionate contributions in the education industry. She is in the board of a number of schools in Nigeria. She is a public speaker, coach, trainer, mentor, and lifelong learner. She is passionate about process, procedure, and standard. She is a graduate of the prestigious University of Lagos, Akoko, for both her first and second degrees with foundation in both NCE and Grade 2 teacher's education. She is a Christian leader, happily married to a man who gives her wings to fly, and blessed with 4 amazing children. She is an author, education influencer, analyst and advocate, education management expert, school quality improvement and development strategist, trainer, public speaker, coach, mentor, and the convener of a number of training programs for stakeholders. She is a certified management consultant and fellow of the Institute of Management Consultants. She is the director of studies at Flourish Gate Education Management Academy, offering school administration course and other courses for stakeholders. She is the CEO, lead consultant, Flourish Gate Global Consult, Management and Education Consulting, and the lead convener Bring Back Primary 6 movement, an advocacy group concerned with ensuring children complete the process of primary education at the appropriate age and be future ready. This is being replicated in many states in Nigeria and still gaining more grounds. She is a seasoned educator and consultant with 40 years in the education industry. She has been awarded by several organizations and institutions in recognition of her passionate contributions in the education industry. She is in the board of a number of schools in Nigeria. She is a public speaker, coach, trainer, mentor, and lifelong learner. She is passionate about process, procedure, and standard. She is a graduate of the prestigious University of Lagos, Akoko, for both her first and second degrees with foundation in both NCE and Grade 2 teacher's education. She is a Christian leader, happily married to a man who gives her wings to fly, and blessed with 4 amazing children. She is an author, education influencer, analyst and advocate, education management expert, school quality improvement and development strategist, trainer, public speaker, coach, mentor, and the convener of a number of training programs for stakeholders. She is a certified management consultant and fellow of the Institute of Management Consultants. She is the director of studies at Flourish Gate Education Management Academy, offering school administration course and other courses for stakeholders. She is the CEO, lead consultant, Flourish Gate Global Consult, Management and Education Consulting, and the lead convener Bring Back Primary 6 movement, an advocacy group concerned with ensuring children complete the process of primary education at the appropriate age and be future ready. This is being replicated in many states in Nigeria and still gaining more grounds. She is a seasoned educator and consultant with 40 years in the education industry. She has been awarded by several organizations and institutions in recognition of her passionate contribution industry. She is in the board of a Nigeria. She is a public speaker, coach, trainer, mentor, and lifelong learner. She is passionate about process, procedure, and standard. She is a graduate of the prestigious University of Lagos, Akoko, for both her first and second degrees with foundation in both NCE and Grade 2 teacher's education. She is a Christian leader, happily married to a man who gives her wings to fly, and blessed with 4 amazing children.
I don't know where you put yourself. Are you a caterpillar who don't want to change from being a caterpillar because you can maneuver your way around? Or you're a butterfly that is fully blown, fully grown, and you actually want to explore and ensure that you are fulfilling purpose and fulfilling destiny. So that's the question for us. Are you a caterpillar or are you a butterfly? So, yes, we also have this forward thinking. You have the future ahead. You have the past in between the future and the present. The past in between the future and the present, which means even in our future, the past is still very relevant. In the future, in the present, there is a past, and so it's important that we put things in the right perspective so that we can. And I have these questions. I wish that we take this down. I hope we have our pens and jotters with us. Take these questions down and answer them, please. And you can interact with the comment section. He said, are your personal career goals? What are your personal career goals this year, in this new year? And then I have this come before the other one. What would you do differently in your classroom practice? Having looked at one, your challenges last term, and then your achievement last term. Your achievement last term, your challenges last term. What would you do differently? Then what are the goals that you have set for yourself, both personal and career goals? I remember vividly Mr. Rotimi and Mr. Ebenezer spoke on this area. What are your personal and career goals? Your career, your job is embedded in your career. Your career is larger, is bigger than just the job that you're doing. So what job? I mean, what goal do you have? Do you just want to be, yes, I am employed as a early year teacher, and early year teacher is what I just want to be in that school for life? Well, it's an option. Just like we saw earlier, things are changing. We are supposed to change and grow. If you decide to continuously be a preschool teacher, where you can grow to even become the head teacher, is a choice. You will be where you want to be because that is your decision. And so it's important for us as educators to know what we really want to achieve. Now listen, achieving this is not also by causing problem in the system. And there are good problems. There are good problems, there are bad ones. Good problem is when you create a system that causes everyone to begin to look for answer. You become a troubleshooter. You know, you're in your system. You always have this come up, troubleshooting. You can be a troubleshooter in your system, in your school. What does that mean? You bring in something, you introduce something new that's going to cause everybody to begin to look for answer here and there. Or you could just be also a problem solver. When some people are great at troubleshooting, some other people are also good at problem solving. And some people are also good at sitting down, sit down, look. Anyone who decides to be any of those, we grow. And so the destinies of our profession and the destiny of our career and our job is actually, on our hands. You decide what you really want to do. You decide where you want to get to. You decide what you want to achieve. And whatever you choose to achieve, that is all what you can. If you choose to want to be better than the way you are, the door is open. So take note, there is a past between the present and the future. And to get to the future, your past matters and your present is very important. And for you to get that, you must review what you achieved last term. You must also be able to itemize the challenges. What were those things that you didn't do very well? And now, what will you do differently? And then what goals you have for yourself and your career? Then this introduction. It is clear that the 21st century classroom needs are very different from the 20th century. I remember Mr. Eita said, maybe we should be saying 22nd century. Yes, 22nd, 21st, 20th, they are all different. They all have peculiarities. There are things that are laced with all of these centuries. So in the 21st century classroom, teachers are facilitators of student learning, and they are creators of productive classroom environment. Teachers, they are facilitators of student learning, and they are also creators of productive classroom environment. Productive, not just any classroom. Now, school will still be resuming by next week, Monday, exactly a week from now. Am I right? Yes. And if that is happening, it shows that you should start your teaching from your classroom. A teacher who is operating in the reimagined teaching profession will ensure that the classroom is ready. Just like you have in Missouri, there's what is called prepared environment. A prepared environment is more like the classroom, ready to take in children, ready to expose a lot of things to them even there. So in this prepared classroom, in this facilitating learning, students will be able to develop skills that they need presently and for the job that is yet to come. There are lots of strange jobs and strange professions that are going to come in. And so we need to prepare them for this. The world is changing. It's no longer news that the world is changing. We are in a change now, and we are not done yet with the change. So the world and the workplace, they have undergone a lot of radical change in the past 60 years, and we are not done yet. 2020 brought in collaboration, flexibility, and a lot of things in our operation. And so because this happened, it has put us at an angle that we really need to review what we do. So the teaching profession and teachers must not take a seat of this is the way we have always been doing it. I'm actually looking forward to a time that we will teach a subject, like 2-3 teachers will teach a subject. 2-3 teachers will teach a subject. What does that mean? Everybody will take an aspect in the subject that they are very comfortable with. This is what we should be looking at. This is what we should be doing. Now, listen here, we started doing subject teaching at the primary level and the rest of those things. Yes, we should take it further. The world is really stay where we are. And the world that we are in, a lot of our parents have even japa, they have relocated. Some of them still want to continue to your school, even as they are not physically in Nigeria. What are your people doing to ensure that you continuously engage there? So the world of teaching is changing because of the present situation, which is described in one made-up word called VUCA. It is yet volatile. The times we live in is volatile. It is uncertain. It is complex. It is ambiguous. Why? Because we don't even know what's going to happen next. We are not as a serious subject of attack. And we don't know what is going to happen next. And so we must be ready in our classroom. We must be ready for our job. So teaching, just like I said, it's not like an isolated profession because so many other professions have changed. Do you know that a lot of other sectors did not physically resume after COVID-19? Some are combining remote work. And we find that there are some parents who are also not physically in Nigeria as it is, and they still want their children to be here. So what are you doing as a professional? What are you doing as a teacher? What are you doing as a school? So teaching is supposed to be a dynamic, rewarding, collaborative, and sustainable profession because it is teaching that is a bedrock of that profession. And so we can't just stay back. So we need to ensure that we come together because as we have diverse forces of educators, but we need support. We need support and guidance. We need a lot of positive vibe, a positive part so that our children can keep learning. So many things to do. Student center, even the teacher center has its own part. The teacher center, learning, and so much that we can adopt. The teaching profession is something that we are in and practicing. So the teaching profession should reflect on the demands of the next generation. It must reflect on the demand of the next generation workforce. It must reflect on their professional practice, remain relevant and nurture generation. The workforce is expecting so much from us. We don't even know what work will be available, but they expect us to prepare children for that workforce. Basic things are that we must ensure that our children are equipped with soft skills, and then the hard skills they also need to function in that time that when they will arrive in that future. They will arrive at the future, but will they be able to cope? Will they be able to sustain? So imagine is to form a new concept or to recreate something. Reimagine means to alter a reality. creatively solving problem, change a perception, and the new ways of an old idea to redesign it, to invent. So to have a flashback on an old idea, that is to reimagine. Flashback on an old idea, bring us something new. And so what does it require for us? Requirement for reimagining the teaching profession. We're going to look at 21st century skills, the teacher's roles, strategy, classroom classes, and social behavior. So to reimagine, if the practitioners will challenge core assumptions as practitioners, the core assumptions about how we organize people with this curriculum, manage time, resources, knowledge, and how we relevant, even how we work with curriculum, how we ensure that even when they give us a curriculum, we have a curriculum and we look at what is trending and we look at what is happening. How do we infuse and be able to bring all of this together and not just be, this is what they told me, and this is what it says. Yes, that is what the curriculum says. And there are no other new things happening. Infuse it and then be able to get the children ready, for the world that is waiting for them. So as practitioners, we must ensure that we are ready, we are inspired, with new ideas. Our leaders are also there to encourage. Our leaders are there to ensure that things are available for us. I know we have leaders and team members here. Just like Mr. Odetola said earlier, you don't need to be the head teacher to be a leader. You can lead from the back, you can lead from the middle, you can lead from anywhere. All it takes is having an idea and then know what to do. When leaders support, we find out that even the gap syndrome will be influenced. How? Yeah, we say it's open for educators to move. Even if educators want to move, you also need to be moving. Where are you moving to? Are you there? Do you have what it takes for you to cope the place that you think you want to go? So all of these are basic questions. It's not just that the door is open. Yes, the door is open. They are living in an environment that is already more sophisticated than ours. Yes, I'm not saying we can't cope. Yes, we cope. But what does it take? There are some things that are predominant in our own environment that is not here, that we need to work on. So that we don't even join teachers and end up to go. So many jobs. So it was risky. As professionals, as practitioners, we are expected to be creative and innovative. To be creative is handling the same class. Thank God last time was first time. Handling that same last class, your first time class, in a different way. You have to be creative. What do you do? How do you present your lesson? How do you make your environment inviting? We also have to be innovative, come up with new things. You have to collaborate and communicate. Collaboration and communication are basic skills we must ensure that we practice. We have to be creative in our thinking. We have to be critical in thinking and be ready to solve problems. Critical thinking and problem solving. We have to ensure that we are global citizens. To be global citizen is to be relevant, to ensure that what is happening in the UK, happening in Canada and the rest, is what you can bring to your classroom. Technology, literacy, and competence. It is long gone that we start feeling that I'm not an ICT teacher, and so you don't need to know. You need to know. You must be able to operate your system. You must be able to print. You must be able to, couple, your system, your projector, use your interactive board. In school provide interactive board. You can take it a step further and go and learn how to use it. Yes, I know that the school will train, but you can do more. What about your record? How do you organize things? A lot of things are expected of us in the technological dispensation that we are in. Then learning. I said it earlier. You can't be here and say that you don't want to. It's possible. You can't. It doesn't work. You must be ready to learn. You must be ready to learn. You can learn from anybody. You can learn from the children in your class. You can learn from anyone. The moment you spot a skill in any of them, what do? Walk up to them. There is a way you can walk and then talk to them as adults, and they will open up to you, and they readily come to you and become your friend. Social and emotional intelligence. This is key. Listen, we should also, in addition to producing children that are mentally sound, academically highly inclined to ensuring that we nurture children that are socially and emotionally intelligent. A lot of our children are agents, but their characters and their behaviors are nothing to write about. And that's not doing a good job. Some of those skills that are predominant in this century is the fact that every child must go to work with other people. The years and the time of working alone is long gone. And they must show empathy. So these are things that must be embedded. And before the children can get to do this, as adults, as teachers, we also must demonstrate this. You must demonstrate, because they get, I saw some videos of students, and teachers in the classroom. Our teachers get angry. I was there. I had one of those students in GS class those days. That child there made me see when I got angry at the time I ran after him. What happened to me? I fell down. Kia in my life. I decided to talk to myself and say, no. It was in school. It was during school. So we must be emotionally sound. When they come up and start manifesting, you have to put yourself down, because they will do things to get you really, really angry. And that's what they want to do. They want to get you angry so that you don't continue with your mission. So it's important that we get that emotional, and as you get to do that, they get to learn what you do. It is not just you teaching them, it is you doing it and they learn. What role? Now, that's the skill you should have. What is the role that you should play? What role should educators play? What role is expected of teachers in this century? You're expected to be directors. You're expected to be fronters. You're expected to be a resource person. You're expected to be an assessor, organizer, also participate, to tutor, facilitate. So these are the roles that is expected of us. Present a prepared environment, direct the operations, prompt them, give them prompting. I remember those days when I was still acting. I know they still do that now, at that pre-level, that premature level. When you are acting, you have a prompter at the backstage giving you a lead so that you remember what you are prepared for. As teachers, we are prompters. We should make resources available. It's our responsibility to ensure we provide resources. And the resources that we can't provide, we should ensure that the school is aware. As a matter of fact, we can even court parents to be part of it. But we must tell them earlier enough. Give them the list of the things that you expect that they should prepare. Not that you are having tomorrow. You are not saying, okay, bring this and bring that. I mean, it doesn't work. We are talking about parents who are also busy. So we must plan. So with this role, we are expected to demonstrate some basic characteristics. We must build relationship. We must be learners. We must be inclusive. Also reflect, network, an innovator, a leader, a storyteller, a designer, and an artist. These are the characteristics that we need for us to be able to function in these roles. If you cannot give room for all other type of children, the high flyers, the upcomers, the average in the same class, and be able to meet their needs by your differentiated instruction, then you're likely not going to be able to carry everybody along. So you need these characters. You need this role. Then how do you roles in the classroom? I have some tasks here and what the teacher should do. Then assign roles to them and let them let them come and put action forward. And when you do that, as a teacher, you're supposed to be supportive. You're supposed to be retiring. You are supposed to be clear and also encouraging. So also, teacher, when you are reading, you expect them to read along. You expect them to also read, especially when you're doing comprehension passage. You are reading a comprehension passage. You expect them to read, and they're just reading in just one flat tone. No, when you start reading, the way you demonstrate, show forth that you also class listening, efficient, that back. You're telling them yes. For teacher reading, you must be dramatic when you get to that portion that you need to put action. Put that. You must show that you are interested in what you are doing. And then for all class listing, you must be efficient, you must be clear and supportive. So these things help us to be able to get the children along. So the roles are interchangeable. All of the roles that the teachers need to play, none of them is existing all by itself. You play them in between. You can have a class, which means that you must ensure that you're ready, and then the children want to experience learning. So one activity could see an experienced teacher smoothly transitioning from one role to the other, depending on how very prepared you are. So the 21st century classroom is way different from what we used to. Classroom experience is going to, I bet you, the same children that you have in class, they're likely going to have a lot of things, to contend with. Both ways, both sides, So the teachers shape the culture of their class, also influence practice and production. This is what is expected of us. And so how do we implement the 21st century skills in the classroom? Make experience personal. When you are teaching them, ensure that you lace environment. Give experiences, give stories of the things that happen. I just told you now that you're a teacher. I was trying to, I told you that. That's an experience. Teach them. It doesn't have to be in the negative, as it were. It could be positive. Make experience from the Christmas and the New Year break. And so it's important for you to get that, so that all the skills, communication that must be embedded in your literacy, in numeracy, physics, chemistry, fused in. Why you are teaching those subjects, you are taking them through that. Then also positive and provide authentic content. You must provide authentic content. Teach age 2 or age 3, and you feel that what is it? Prepare. It is not the content that you prepare. Then opt for relevant and or entertaining topics. When you have your topics, now listen, as a teacher, I did some basic things while I was in the classroom. And that was when I get a rearrangement, when I ensure that I carry my team leader along. I rearrange in the order that I feel that the children will be able to understand. And so in that gives me the power to be able to ensure that I'm taking the children from simple to complex, then from concrete to abstract. And that I look for way. I get video clips. I have dramas. I have. Then another way that we can help to implement the 21st century is get into low preps for you and I think in order. Yes, what does this mean? Create lead and allow the children to do the awesome thinking. Not just providing them with everything. Give them back. Get feedback, then reflect. And so in that, it is important that you know exactly the knowledge that you are passing to them. You have the skill and you have the character to be able to do what you have to do. And so the teaching styles. The most effective teachers vary their styles depending on the nature of the subject matter, the level of the course, and other factors. So by so doing, they encourage and inspire teaching style. Direct. This one is basically telling students what to do. Discuss, ask questions and listen to them, get feedback. Then delegate, empower students. So as a practitioner in the reimagined teaching profession, you're expected to ensure that you are skilled with this style. There are occasions for you to pass instruction. That is, you are directing. And then when you pass instruction, you also present a situation for which children will be able to discuss the points that you have. And then you delegate roles. You can give out portions of the topic and say, okay, next week, you and you will take care of family. Then you are going to handle photosynthesis. You can even bring in experts. So this is important for us as practitioners. And then what about strategies? At this century, we must be able to teach all categories of learners. Whatever strategy you adopt, the high flyers, the upcomers, the average, you must be able to teach them. Then you must also be able to implement technology. Technology has become a tool to use, even in driving. Beyond the fact that we say it is ICT, computers is a subject. Now, technology has become not just a subject, it has become the driver. It has become a tool to be able to teach all other subjects. Then you must also be able to foster student relationship. If you don't bond with children, you are likely not to be able to carry them along. You're likely not to be able to teach them. If you want to attain your position of I am master, I know everything, I am this, they will just be looking at you. They allow you to begin to mess up. And when you are done, they just, that's your period gone. So it's important that you foster relationship among the children. Then you must also forward thinking. Be forward thinking. Don't be myopic in thought. Be forward thinking. Look at, I think somebody said you must be preemptive. I think that was Mr. Rotimi. You must be preemptive. To be preemptive is to think ahead. Assume. Just look at, by the trend of what is happening, this is likely to happen. And when you are preemptive, you can plan and then get prepared for whatever that comes. You must also be able to embrace change. Use technology, then build a solid foundation by starting early. Then weave in real-world skills into every subject. Everything you do, take it from abstract to concrete. Let everything that you teach be be real. And lace it with real. Let them see that it is not just something that is ending on the pages of paper or on the board. Let them see that it's something that is practicable outside the classroom. Then it becomes so real to them, and then they learn more. Encourage a collaborative learning environment. In the class, have a sitting position, organize them into group in such a way that they can, on their own, think, they can share the ideas, and then they can also be able to present, ideas. And when you give them a topic, ensure that they also demonstrate leadership skill in such a way that everyone has a part to play, a part in that particular assignment that they are doing. Then make learning reward relevant. I said that earlier. So the collaborative project-based approach ensure that curriculum used in the classroom must develop higher order thinking skill. That is deeper learning, critical thinking, and problem solving. You must present your lessons in such a way that will prompt the children to think. And also effective communication skill, written and spoken. Then also technology is key, and also direct them in the career path. It is important. So you must take learning from school to anywhere. Learning from school. I think part of the reimagined teaching that has happened in our profession is the fact that we are likely not just going to be in the classroom all through. Let us also collaborate. Let us fuse blended learning, flip learning. Ensure that we are able to, while the children are home and outside, they are learning. Then teach as, teaching as a private event to collaborative and public. Take learning from passive to participatory, take it from individual to community, take it from linear, to distributed learning. Then from just ordinarily teacher-led classroom, take it to project-based. From traditional classroom to flipped classroom, to independent learning to collaborative, individualized learning to personalized learning, all of this. And so how do you reimagine your classroom practice? It is expected. See, your content, the quality of your instruction, the teaching climate, the classroom management, and the teacher's belief, all of them, they play major role in how you reimagine your classroom practice. So what are your content? How meaningful, how differentiated, highly expected, incorporating 21st century skills, standard-based, cross-curriculum, what you take in literacy, has a link in numeracy, has a link in science, and then they take it up. So that it's not just, they're not learning a topic in isolation of the other subjects. You are linking cross curriculum. You are also, in your lesson delivery, classroom management, and on. So it's important that we get this ready. Sorry, a call was coming in. I'm sorry for that. The commissioner was trying to give me a call. So reimagine classroom. So your belief. And then what about your professional behavioral practice? Developing professional skills and practice, participating in professional development, supporting colleagues, and the broader role of liaising and communicating with parents also have a part to play in effective teaching. As part of your professional behavior practice is basically your professional development programs. This has also been seriously discussed today. You can't toy with training. And in training, you must know your ability. You must know your ability. It is your ability that affords you the opportunity to be able to know what other areas that you need to improve on. It is that helps you so that you can be able to know what is next to be done and what is not to be done. Hello, ma. I'll call you back, ma. I'm in a class, ma. Hello. Yes, sir. Okay, all right. Sorry about that. And so your professional development practice is also important that you know. So in a reimagined teaching profession, teachers must take ownership of their professional development. Don't wait for your school owner, your principal, and your head teacher to be the only ones organizing training. Don't. We are no longer in that dispensation. We have left that dispensation. Everybody is taking ownership of their learning. You must take ownership of your development. You can't stay here and expect that everything will be working and people will develop you. Nobody is going to develop you if you can't develop yourself. You must develop yourself. Take ownership. Be in charge of your learning. You must determine and know, this is what I want to do. This is the area I want to develop myself in. And so when opportunities come in that area, it could be free opportunity. It could also be paid opportunity. You must grab it so that you can improve yourself. If anybody in our profession want to leave this country to go and teach elsewhere, you really need to have done a lot. There are elite schools in Nigeria. By the reason of what they do you have friends among the teachers in that place? Do you know anybody? Or you just feel that this is your community? I'm here. I'm a master here. I'm a local champion here. And so this is all that matters. That is not all that matters. All that matters is you learning from other people. Look at other people. Take a list today of what you want to be. Write down those lists and begin to look for people in that area. Then you can get some attitude at a time, but don't be bothered about attitude. What you should be bothered about is what you want to learn. Because you want to become a better person than who you are. And learning has never been that easy. People want to really learn. People want to acquire. People want to get from people. You will get some things. You will get some attitude. You get some whatever. Ensure that, you are prepared. So you must take ownership. Don't wait for free training. Also do paid training. Look for people to work with. Your content creation. I am expecting by now that in this dispensation that we are in, all your content is already in soft copy. By the reason of what COVID-19 did for everyone else. I don't expect, even if you have it in hard copy, that it should just remain everything, keep everything in hard copy. No, you can't keep everything in hard copy because you don't even know what's going to happen. And this, you are putting all of this material together. And somebody asks sometimes, when I put this material together, but it's me that put it together. Is it the school's property? Yes, it is the school's property, but you also have rights in it because you are the one that is in charge of that subject or in charge of that class, and you are teaching. And so you also have a copy, even as you present for school. So you have your own personal copy. But the school won't pay for it. The school cannot pay because you design, because you're already collecting your salary. And so whatever you are doing is to ensure that your job is well done. So your content creation is key. Your knowledge base and your pedagogy, your teaching, your instruction, your methodology, they are key. You must look for a way. Listen, you can create. Listen, other people are creating ideas and methodology. What stops you? You create. You could come out with an idea. All it will require is you to look at what you want to teach. Look at the age of the children you want to teach to. Look at the environment where you are. And then know how well I can present this matter in such a way that these children will be able to learn. Listen, you don't have to teach in early school alone to be able to do something out of ordinary. No. Even your lowest school, at the lowest level, do what is out of this world. Project what you are doing. I'm sure that we all know Kemi Ogunsoya. If you don't project yourself, nobody will project you. All she does in her classroom, she brings it to the open. And what has this done to her? This has earned her a lot of recognition, a lot of rewards. This 2023, position yourself to be rewarded in this profession. Position yourself to be rewarded. You deserve to be rewarded. But nobody will reward you if they don't know what you are doing. Nobody will. You must sing your praise. You must say it out. And there are ways you put such things in social media that parents and school will be happy. You don't have to expose the children, unnecessarily, but you can make presentation in such a way that you, who is the object, will be seen. And people will just get attracted to what you do. To the simplest, I saw a public school teacher using her own stylish way to welcome children, and she posted it, and that earned her recognition. So what are you doing? You also must create motivating learning environment. Don't allow your classroom to just be bare or just be blank. No, that's a crime. You can't do that. You shouldn't do that. Ensure that you put something in your classroom, I'm not saying you should just go and look for any display and put anything anyhow. Put things that are content related, that when the children see, they look at it and they know exactly that they are learning. Understand the diversity of learners. I said that earlier also. There are different categories of learners. You must understand them. All of them will never learn at the same level. Get that. They will not understand that concept we are teaching at the same time and at the same level. But you must bear that some will be in the set, some who have not even yet caught up with it. And so you must design individual plans that's called IEP, individualized learning experience or plan for children, so that you can take them through and discuss this with the school management and let the school management get parents involved. Now listen, not necessarily lesson that you are going to collect money. Let money not come first. Money will definitely pay off later, we come in, but let money not be the one that will be the initial. We are going to do lesson for your child. This is how much. Forget about that money yet. Do the thing that you have to do. Money will come. Because if you don't solve a problem at any time, you can't be successful. Majority of the people that you have ever found that are successful today, even the Dangotes of this world, the Otedola and the rest of them, they were people who identify problems of common people in this society. Even the people who don't have money, they identify problem and then they provide a solution and they are making money. The sugar, candle, and the rest of those things. These are common things. Salt. People who are not rich, they use them. So the rich man has provided a solution for the poor man, and they're still collecting the peanuts of the poor man because he could get solution. If you have solution in this education space, you become rich. The knowledgeable so involved in that because it is always given to us. But I tell you, in your school, let there be a curriculum department, a curriculum committee. Ensure that teachers of the different levels are in that. When the curriculum get to your hand from the Federal Ministry of Education, then from the State Ministry of Education, and it get to your school, if you look at the state scheme of work and you look at the national curriculum, you will see that the state curriculum, the scheme of work, has some inclusions that are not in the national curriculum. Because Lagos State government particularly saw the need to put some things that the federal did not put in the national curriculum, because those are the things that are peculiar to Lagos State. What is peculiar to your school that could be embedded in the curriculum, that when your children pass out of your school, they will not forget your school in a very short time? Because in the course of your teaching, you touch them values and culture that has to do with that system. Number 5, improve assessment and reporting. Well, this is a major part of our job as practitioners. The rate, the way we assess our children is key. Yes, we don't have the last say. Yeah, I know that as practitioners, we have a way that we actually would want to assess children. We want to assess them differently. But the national assessment pattern did not give room to that. But I tell you, in your own little way, ensure that you do a creation, bring in idea, innovate ways that you assess your children. And when you report in such a way to ensure that even the child, if the child gets to read the result by him or herself, he will be encouraged, even when that child knows that he's not doing so well, that my teacher is expecting me to do more, not the one that outrightly condemns the child and makes the child feel like a nobody. Then community linkages, that is mentorship. Have a group, belong to groups. Thank God for CME. Thank God for a lot. There are so many groups on the social media. There's so many groups there. There are groups that you'll be there and you will learn. There are groups that you'll be there, you will be laughing. All of them are important. You must know the ones, you must know the time that you give to each of them. So belong to, link up, and then also be professionally engaged. How do you get to be professionally engaged? Interact with people that are teaching your subject or that are teaching the level that you are teaching. Interact with them. And then you can exchange views and opinions. One of them, if any of them could have a problem in the group, you can create a group for preschool age 2, and spread it around the social media. Send the link and tell them, if you are this, DM me, I'll add you. Let us discuss about the issues that have to do with age 2 children. Let us discuss the issue that have to do with age 3. Let's discuss the issue that have to do with grade 1. So you begin to form a community. And from your community, you can come out with a curriculum because you are teaching those children. And your curriculum, you will give it a voice. How will you give it a voice? You will make a presentation. You begin to shout it and make it out. We have teachers of grade 1. We are teachers of year 3. This is what we have taught these children for over a period of time. This is what we know the children are capable of doing. They will call you over. One state will call you over. I'll come and ask to come and discuss. You have a group. And then when you also come together to work, ensure that you are collaboratively supporting one another so that one person is not the one going to mess up the job that you have done, because that's an important part of collaboration. Then develop a personal growth and professional development plan. That is also been said seriously. You need to ensure that you have a personal growth. You want to personally grow. Then you want to professionally grow. What are the plans that you have? For your personal growth, what do you want to do? Part of your personal growth and individual growth could be, watching your being fit. I go to a gym. I go once in a week. I go to do fitness, and I try to monitor what I eat. I left some type of food out of my meal in the later part of 2022, and I saw the effect. I've been trying to lose weight, and you understand. So these are personal growth. What is your goal? What is your professional goal? Towards the end of last year, I also saw that I needed to add 1 or 2, 3 content to what I know, and I enrolled, in academic program. So there is no end to whatever you can do, even at almost 60. If I can still go to school and learn, then you have no excuse. Build relationship purposefully. Your relationship be purposeful in relationship. Don't just build relationship for building sake. Any relationship that you know that you cannot be actively involved and you can't give value, don't enter into it. I remember Mr. Itai was saying something about maybe contact, access, agenda, and maybe action or so. You collected maybe complimentary card, phone numbers. You don't do anything. Yes, You must also be purposeful. The fact that people are running after somebody to collect contact does not mean you should be part of it. If it doesn't work with you, and there are some content that you collect at a time that you don't even know where you are going to use it, that you eventually have to use, but you must be purposeful. In the reimagined teaching profession, it's important for practitioners to be purposeful. Be purposeful in your relationship building with the student. Be purposeful in your relationship with your colleagues, with your senior officers, with other practitioners, around you. Listen, it is the skill that you demonstrate that makes your management to know that when there is a position, you'll be good to fill it. And then I have also seen teachers, and I've also been in that position before, that you so actively involved in the things that you do, and my school had to create a position for me. They also created for other people. If you work so well and they see what you do, they will create position for you. You don't wait until that person leave the position before I am next online. When she goes or something, whatever, if she does not go, do what you have to do. Give your management challenge. Give them problem. I'm not saying you should go and cause kata. What I'm saying, be so active, do so well that they will see that, killer, what are we going to do to this person? This guy has been so good in this area. He's done this, he has done that. What can we do? These are things you can do. So you need to take a chance to make a change. Do you see that? Take a chance to make a change. In this year, in your professional development practice, take a chance to make a change. You have to do a lot of things that you need to do so that you don't be just who you are, you take a step. So in conclusion, technology wouldn't replace teachers, but teachers who use technology will probably have to replace those who don't. And so the big opportunity that you have in 2023 is that you must create a sense of urgency. Are you in the house? Are you with me? You must create a sense of urgency. You must build, you must build a relationship. You must build a guiding coalition. You must also have strategic vision and initiative. You must enlist a volunteer army. Listen, there are NGOs you can do freelance for, and ensure that your freelance is doing your major work. You can create time, weekend, or sometimes. Don't just be a fellow mini. Whosoever that they cannot be used, cannot be useful. It is required that you are used. That is when you are useful. You are looking everything. You are looking at it from monetary value. Money. Who says? Everything cannot, you don't need, everything doesn't have to be money. There are some things that you do that will open door for you. So you must enlist in a volunteer army. You must enable action, ensure that you enable action by ensuring that barriers are taken off, generate short-term wins in your goal. Generate what is called short-term. When you have a big dream, you may not achieve it big like that. Break it down into small. I do this. And when you do one and you are sure that you did a good job, celebrate yourself. Whatever that makes you happy, celebrate yourself. I am one of them that believe in the fact that you have only one life. And because you have only one life, celebrate yourself and enjoy yourself. When you know that you have done something, even if it's in lesson, in whatever you have done, look at what you have within your means. It could be buying yourself something. It could be taking yourself out to a treat. It could be anything. Celebrate yourself. Then that is in generating short-term wins. Have your big goal, break down into small, so that at the end of the first month, second month, one term, you can see that you have done something. Don't just have a goal that will be so frustrating and you won't see anything that you have done. No. Break it into small bit. Then sustain acceleration. Sustain your acceleration. When you start going at a pace, at a level, with kind of energy, ensure that you are increasing. The moment you observe that the thing is coming down, watch it again. Go and reevaluate and know what to do. Because you can't come down. You mustn't come down. You must keep moving forward. Then institute change. Institute what? Change. Change is something that can never stop from existing. We are here every day. We are changing. The same way you are last year, you are not the same age. If your age is not so visible between 30 and 40, you don't see. By the time you enter into 50s, you begin to see that. And enter into 55, you begin to see that, yes, I'm actually growing old. So that is part of change. So change comes. And when you are doing a profession, put in your best in this profession that you are doing. Serve your masters. Work in that school as if you are the owner of the business. Those were the things that I did. A lot of people thought I was a daughter of my proprietress. I did all, for several people that I've worked. So do your work. So when I started working for myself, oh my God, it was easier for me because I never had any occasion, to begin to want to motivate myself. I was already motivated a long time ago when I was working for people. So I had the energy to work and do what I had to do. And I like challenges, I like problems. Although when I first see anything, for me as an individual, I first see it from problem point of view. Then I start looking for how to solve it little by little. But it depends on who you are. And so it's important for you to get that straight. So what is your plan? What is your plan? This is a new year. What is your professional plan? What is your personal plan? What is your family plan? What plan do you have for all categories of people? What is your spiritual plan? What's your plan? 1, dream big. 2, set goals. 3, take action. They are key in what you do. So as part of your professional development and link, I am the lead consultant for Flourish Gate Global Consult. We are into development, professional development programs, and also school consulting, school strategies improvement, and working with parents, working with pupils, working with children. Also, the lead convener of the Bring Back Primary 6 believe so much in process, completing process and ensuring that children end very well by not rushing them, allow them to go through process. And so this year we have training programs. We do a school executive forum. It is for school owners and school leaders. We do that every year. This year is coming up in March because of the election. It's supposed to be last Thursday of February. So we also have Teacher is the Future conference that comes up in June. Then during the long vacation, we have series of trainings for all categories. You have them there. And now in-house training is still on. Teaching for Impact is a team that we have ready. So ensure that you source out a place to improve yourself. You can join me on the Facebook, the Daily Adekogbe, or the Flourish Gate Global Consult, or the School Executive. I'm also on Twitter and Instagram. I do my little bit that I had to do. And then this is a flyer for the 11th edition of the School Executive Forum. And then my book. Yes, I have a book here. I'm the author of this book. I don't know if you can see this. The school, a handbook of school administration practice, is a veritable tool for school owners, for school leaders, even for teachers who want to grow in this sector, who have plans to be able to make a lot of difference in this sector. You can contact me by the number that you have there if you would need a copy. It's also available on Amazon if you need a copy. Yes, we also run professional development program. Like I said, there is a school administration program that we do. It's a 3 month online, purely online. We have it 3 times in the year: February to April, May to July, then September to December, as the case may be. Registration is on for the first batch in the year 2023. You can also call that line. They also have basic skills or classroom practices. This is purely for classroom teachers, 2 months online, too much online. This is part of the Reimagining practice in our sector. Online. There was not so much of online before now, but now it has come, and it is really happy because you could have a lot of people. I could have people joining from outside the country, as somebody joining from Ghana, have people joining from a facilitator from Sri Lanka and the rest of those things, from Port Harcourt, from Abuja and the rest. This is the reality of our time. Thank you so much for having me. Once again, I say Happy New Year. If you have any questions, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bello Abdulrahman Al is an author, insightful speaker, teacher, school growth strategist, and an entrepreneur. He has an extensive experience in the education sector that spans over 18 years as a teacher, head of school, school owner, and a school growth strategist. He is passionate about the education sector, intentional about schools' growth and development. He is the man to call when a school is experiencing challenges as regards to brand sustainability and relevance. Till date, he has consulted for schools with proven track records that have reshaped many schools. To him, he believes every school matters irrespective of class. He loves to explore on new ideas and write to inspire many people as a social media influencer in the eduspace. Today, he is the founder and CEO of Perky Hills School and chief partner at Edistar Consulting Limited. Bello Abdulrahman Al is an author, insightful speaker, teacher, school growth strategist, and an entrepreneur. He has an extensive experience in the education sector that spans over 18 years as a teacher, head of school, school owner, and a school growth strategist. He is passionate about the education sector, intentional about schools' growth and development. He is the man to call when a school is experiencing challenges as regards to brand sustainability and relevance. Till date, he has consulted for schools with proven track records that have reshaped many schools. To him, he believes every school matters irrespective of class. He loves to explore on new ideas and write to inspire many people as a social media influencer in the eduspace. Today, he is the founder and CEO of Perky Hills School and chief partner at Edistar Consulting Limited. Bello Abdulrahman Al is an author, insightful speaker, teacher, school growth strategist, and an entrepreneur. He has an extensive experience in the education sector that spans over 18 years as a teacher, head of school, school owner, and a school growth strategist. He is passionate about the education sector, intentional about schools' growth and development. He is the man to call when a school is experiencing challenges as regards to brand sustainability and relevance. Till date, he has consulted for schools with proven track records that have reshaped many schools. To him, he believes every school matters irrespective of class. He loves to explore on new ideas and write to inspire many people as a social media influencer in the eduspace. Today, he is the founder and CEO of Perky Hills School and chief partner at Edistar Consulting Limited. Bello Abdulrahman Al is an author, insightful speaker, teacher, school growth strategist, and an entrepreneur. He has an extensive experience in the education sector that spans over 18 years as a teacher, head of school, school owner, and a school growth strategist. He is passionate about the education sector, intentional about schools' growth and development. He is the man to call when a school is experiencing challenges as regards to brand sustainability and relevance. Till date, he has consulted for schools with proven track records that have reshaped many schools. To him, he believes every school matters irrespective of class. He loves to explore on new ideas and write to inspire many people as a social media influencer in the eduspace. Today, he is the founder and CEO of Perky Hills School and chief partner at Edistar Consulting Limited. Bello Abdulrahman Al is an author, insightful speaker, teacher, school growth strategist, and an entrepreneur. He has an extensive experience in the education sector that spans over 18 years as a teacher, head of school, school owner, and a school growth strategist. He is passionate about the education sector, intentional about schools' growth and development. He is the man to call when a school is experiencing challenges as regards to brand sustainability and relevance. Till date, he has consulted for schools with proven track records that have reshaped many schools. To him, he believes every school matters irrespective of class. He loves to explore on new ideas and write to inspire many people as a social media influencer in the eduspace. Today, he is the founder and CEO of Perky Hills School and chief partner at Edistar Consulting Limited. Bello Abdulrahman Al is an author, insightful speaker, teacher, school growth strategist, and an entrepreneur. He has an extensive experience in the education sector that spans over 18 years as a teacher, head of school, school owner, and a school growth strategist. He is passionate about the education sector, intentional about schools' growth and development. He is the man to call when a school is experiencing challenges as regards to brand sustainability and relevance. Till date, he has consulted for schools with proven track records that have reshaped many schools. To him, he believes every school matters irrespective of class. He loves to explore on new ideas and write to inspire many people as a social media influencer in the eduspace. Today, he is the founder and CEO of Perky Hills School and chief partner at Edistar Consulting Limited. Bello Abdulrahman Kufa is an author, insightful speaker, teacher, school growth strategist, and an entrepreneur. He has an extensive experience in the education sector that spans over 18 years as a teacher, head of school, school owner, and a school growth strategist. He is passionate about the education sector, intentional about schools' growth and development. He is the man to call when a school is experiencing challenges as regards to brand sustainability and relevance. Till date, he has consulted for schools with proven track records that have reshaped many schools. To him, he believes every school matters irrespective of class.
33,000 members on the Innovative School Owners Network. This is where we go on Facebook where we share ideas with other educators, especially the school owners in Nigeria and other parts of the world. It is a pleasure to
Bello Abdulrahman Kufa is an author, insightful speaker, teacher, school growth strategist, and an entrepreneur. He has an extensive experience in the education sector that spans over 18 years as a teacher, head of school, school owner, and a school growth strategist. He is passionate about the education sector, intentional about schools' growth and development. He is the man to call when a school is experiencing challenges as regards to brand sustainability and relevance. Till date, he has consulted for schools with proven track records that have reshaped many schools. To him, he believes every school matters irrespective of class. He loves to explore on new ideas and write to inspire many people as a social media influencer in the eduspace. Today, he is the founder and CEO of Perky Hill School and chief learner at Edistar Consulting Limited. Bello Abdulrahman Kufa is an author, insightful speaker, teacher, school growth strategist, and an entrepreneur. He has an extensive experience in the education sector that spans over 18 years as a teacher, head of school, school owner, and a school growth strategist. He is passionate about the education sector, intentional about schools' growth and development. He is the man to call when a school is experiencing challenges with regards to brand sustainability and relevance. Till date, he has consulted for schools with proven track records that have reshaped many schools. He believes every school matters irrespective of class. He loves to explore on new ideas and write to inspire many people as a social media influencer in the eduspace. Today, he is the founder and CEO of Perky Hill School and chief learner at Edistar Consulting Limited.
Ebenezer, for putting this together.
We can't see you. We can't see you well. Bring down your camera.
Speaker, teacher,
Can you see me now?
strategist, and an entrepreneur. He has an extensive experience in the
Sorry, can you see me
education
now?
sector that spans
Bring the
over
camera
18
down a
years
little
as a
bit
teacher,
or
head of
shift
school,
it back.
school owner,
It's okay
and a
now.
school growth
It's okay.
strategist.
Okay.
He is passionate about the education
Alright.
sector, intentional about school
Can you see me
growth
now?
and development. He is the man to call when a school is
It's better,
experiencing
it's better.
challenges
It's
with
better.
regards to brand sustainability
Alright.
and relevance. Till date, he has
Thank you,
consulted
Mr.
for schools with
Odetola
proven
Ebenezer,
track
for
records
putting
that have
this.
reshaped many
Alright,
schools.
thank you, Mr.
To him, he
Odetola, for
believes
putting
every
this
school matters
together.
irrespective of
Yes,
class. He
it's a
loves
very
to
beautiful
explore on
one to
new
start a
ideas.
year like this. Started off with the responsibility of talking on the topic where the supply is coming from. Where is actually the supply coming from? A quite number of time we see we teachers in the education sector, the teachers in the education sectors are the one trying to demean the profession where they find themselves as regards to teaching. You see, when you ask a teacher, where do you work? They say, oh, X and Y, Z, nursery and primary school, I'm just managing DLO. Before you know, they always have a self-pity for themselves because the passion is not always there. So for you to be in charge as a teacher, you need to know certain qualities that you need to have as a teacher. It has to do with changing your perspective, changing your orientation about the teaching profession, okay? Yes, your job is not just any other job. Your job is a professional job in which a great number of people out there must have benefited from. Our job as teachers, we are the mother of all other professionals, okay? So I'm starting, what are the qualities of a teacher? There are three people that are expecting certain things from you as a teacher. There are three expectations. The expectation from school owners, your employers, your director is expecting much from you. Then there are expectations from parents. There are expectations from parents. Parents too are expecting quite a number of things from you as a teacher. Then the student also are expecting quite a number of things from you as a teacher. Then how can you achieve these goals when your the supply, the resources at your disposal are not much in order for you to be able to impact, in order for you to be able to achieve your goals and objective? Where are this supply coming from as a teacher? Are you going to improvise? Are you going to create? Are you going to innovate? They need to improvise. You see the question like they will have monetized everything. Oh, where do you expect me to get that from? How much am I earning? The question is always, how much am I earning? Now, listen to this. As a teacher, if you are not seeing possibilities, then you will be seeing impossibilities. If you are not seeing opportunities in the education sector, then you will be saddened with you'll be sad with seeing problems. There are lots of opportunities in the education sector. This starts with, who are you as a teacher? You need to have a self-reflection of who you truly are as a teacher. Having a self-reflection is very, very important. Why am I in the teaching profession? Am I in the teaching profession because there are no jobs in Nigeria? Well, if you're in the teaching profession because there are no jobs in Nigeria, then you will not be able to improvise as regards to being a resourceful teacher. Okay, so sometimes quite a number of time we keep saying, oh, we graduated with Mr. A, and Mr. A today is rich, he has money, is this and that. But you as a teacher, you need to know that your job is different from that of Mr. A. Okay, so you look at, are you permanently or temporarily in the job? If you are in, then you should be in. And if you are out of the job, you should be out of the job, because you are the destinies of children, the destiny of students, and your ends as a teacher. So your perspective about the profession needs to change. Your perspective, your orientation as regards to teaching profession needs to change. Your orientation needs to change. Mrs. Didiolu Adekobe did say that we need to network. Who are those people in your profession? Who are those people that you are networking with? Are you networking with sadists as professionals? Are you networking with people who have seen the positivities in the education sector? So understanding the individual differences of those children that you are teaching in that class is very important, and the resources available. What are these resources available? What then should you do if the resources are not available? What then should you do if those resources are not available? You agree with me that the world is fast changing. Okay, the world is fast changing, and the traditional method of teaching is no longer in vogue. The traditional of learning and teaching is no longer in vogue. The children, the students are at the center of it all. The students are in center of it all. Parents want you to infuse technology into the classroom. They want you to bring in technology into the classroom. It's no longer the method of we just teaching, using chalk and blackboard and all that. It has to do with the students. The student needs to be involved. So as a teacher, you must stay current on the latest trend and development. You must stay current on the latest trend and development. So to achieve these goals, you need to be resourceful. You need to be creative. You need to innovate in order for you to be able to solve the problems in the class. Then how do you achieve this? How do you achieve this? How do we intend to achieve this? One, for you to be able to, okay, we keep asking, where is this resource coming from? How can I be able to achieve it? There are some schools, they don't even have teaching aids. They don't even have learning aids. So as a teacher, you've been saddled with this responsibility to impact, to ensure that these children becomes better, more than the way they were brought to your school, where your school is. Okay, so how do you intend to achieve this? You need to think outside the box. Do not be limited with what the curriculum says. The curriculum has actually boxed a quite number of teachers today. It has really stopped a quite number of people from not thinking beyond what the curriculum says. And the world is really revolving. We are in a digital world. Things are really changing. The things are really changing. So teachers need to start thinking outside the box. You need to start thinking outside the box. Do not allow the curriculum to box you. Do not allow the curriculum to box you. When the curriculum says A and you realize that B can actually help the student to learn, then you need to think outside the curriculum. You need to think outside the box. You need to partner with other schools around, library and museum for field trip. Partnering with other schools is very important. Partnering with other teachers too is very important. Going around museum, around your vicinity where your environment is very, very important. Now, do teachers even partner with other teachers? Do teachers even partner with other schools? Do they even partner with the local libraries? Do they even partner with other museums around them in order for them to get supply needed in the class, in order for them to be able to achieve the objective of being in that classroom? So it's always very important for you to be able to network, collaborate with other schools. It's very, very important for you to be able to collaborate, for you to be able to partner with other teachers. Do you know those teachers within, let's say, the local government where your school is? Do you know other teachers, let's say Lagos State? Do you know other teachers, let's say in Nigeria? What about Ghana, teachers in Ghana, teachers in Africa, teachers in other parts of the world? Do you network with them? How do you intend to ensure that your children are learning within the space of the limited resources available to them? Now, the third one is utilizing technology. You can go online. There are quite a number of materials. There are quite a number of resources. I see teachers saying that, oh, how much am I paying? I want to use my own data to go online to source for my resources. How much am I paying for me to be able to use that to look for information for my student? I want to let you know something today as a teacher, that the make or mar of any child is in your hands as a teacher. The make or mar of the academics of any child is in your hands. Students that you are taking today will not forget you. It's either they remember you for good or they remember you for bad. Like Mrs. Didiolus did say that when she was teaching, she was given a position as a result of the role she played, the effective role. There is a place of effectiveness, efficacy, and efficiency. Okay, and sometimes when we do it in our schools, other teachers are like, oh, he's eye service, he wants the boss to like him, he wants to become the favorite of the boss, and that's the reason why he or she is doing all that. No, you don't need to look at that. You are there for a purpose, and that purpose is for you to impact. That purpose is for you to add value. Now, what can you do if there are limited resources? What can you do? You need to go out of your own way by leveraging on technology. And that's the reason why we have the internet. We have the artificial intelligence now. The world is a global village. You can learn. Google it, your friend. You can Google it. You can Google quite a number of resources at your disposal. You can use that to even help the children. You can use that to help the students. You can think outside the box using technology as a source of getting more information in order for you to be able to impact knowledge to the children at in your care. The fourth one is you can as well use textbook and create worksheets. You can create textbook. And like I said, I told teachers, I said, the lesson notes we keep writing every year, the lesson note that's been written by teachers can be converted to a textbook. You can use that to develop your own resources too. You can use that to bring in new ideas. The textbook that we are using to teach children, that we are using to teach the students in our care was written by someone, was written by other professionals, was written by other teachers just like you. Just like you. So you can also use that. You can think outside the box by ensuring you are using your textbook to ensure that the students in your care are able to add value. You are able to add value to them in order for them to move to the next level. All right. The fifth point is networking. Networking is very, very important. You network with other teachers, not necessarily teachers in your state. You network with teachers, even teachers within the environment where your school is. It's always very important for you to network. Yes, I know how challenging it is. I know how frustrating it is when the supply is not much, when you have limited resources. But we do know a teacher that is creative by improvising. We know a teacher that is creative, a teacher that is resourceful by being for you to be able to create, for you to be able to innovate and solve problems. You can take your children out on field trips. You can have a discussion. You can group them, your students. You can group them in groups. You can group them in clusters. Okay, you can group them in clusters for you to be able to achieve your class objective, the set objective, the purpose why you are in that classroom. So you can, hello, can you hear me please? So on the topic where the supply is coming from, you need to know who you truly are as a teacher. It has to do with self-reflection. The second one is your mindset. Your mindset is very important. Your mindset, changing the perspective about the teaching profession. That the teaching profession is a second-hand profession. No, the teaching profession is not a second-hand profession. It is a profession. It is a great profession that you need to think outside the box. You need to create. So what are the qualities you need to have for you to be able to achieve this? Okay, one, it has to do with commitment and dedication. You need to have the right attitude. You know that everything must be given to you by your employer. You are not there because of your employer. You are there because of yourself, because you are getting better every day as you are teaching. The second one is you need to be very truthful with yourself. You need to be very truthful with yourself, honesty. You need to be very truthful with yourself. Ask yourself, are they really achieving the objective? Are they really achieving the goals? Are they really achieving the goals? The goals, the objective, the reason why I'm being employed, are they really achieving the goals? The purpose of being here. You need to be honest with yourself. Then the third point is continuous professional development. It's key. Continuous professional development is very important. I see quite a number of teachers have graduated for the past 5 years, 10 years, 16 years ago saying they have NCE. You need to be a new bride. You need to think of new ideas, new strategies, new methodologies, okay? You need to think of new ideas, new methodologies, new ideas, new methodologies of doing things in the classroom. Okay, the supply is limited. You cannot use the same method or methodologies that you used 10 years ago. During your NC, you cannot use it now in the 21st century. So you need to improvise. You need to start thinking of new things that you can actually put together for you to be able to achieve your set goal. Another point here is this dependability. The qualities you need to have for you to be able to achieve your purpose of being in that class is ability to be able to be dependable. A quite number of teachers today are doing the job because of my boss is there. We have a supervisor in the school. We have somebody that is monitoring us. Can you work independently? Can you do the job excellently with or little without supervision? A quite number of teachers today are doing the job under duress. They are doing the job simply because of what? A madam is around, or they are doing the job simply because the supervisor or the head of school is there to monitor them. So how can you discharge your duties when the supply is not enough? So where is the supply coming from? Where is the supply coming from? Can you do your job with or without supervision? We want a teacher in 2023, a teacher that can actually discharge the job, okay, by sourcing for these resources yourself. By sourcing for these resources yourself, by creating worksheets. Like I said, there are a lot of opportunities online. There are a lot of ideas online. You can fine-tune it to your own local content. You can fine-tune it. You can develop this content to suit the student in which you are taking. It's very important for you to be able to put all those the student in which you are taking. Another point here is this discipline. Discipline is key. Discipline is key. You ensure that your materials, your learning aids, everything that you need to ensure that the children can achieve the purpose while they are in that school. You have them. You put them together. Not necessarily until when someone, or not necessarily until when your proprietor or your head of school asks you to put certain things together. Teachers today are leaving the teaching profession not because of anything, simply because of some find it very difficult to put the right lesson notes in place. Some find it very difficult not putting the necessary things in place, and that's the reason you say, "Oh, I don't want to teach. Teaching is not my calling." Yet you see such a person has a degree in education, and then such a person has a BA in education and all of that. So discipline is key for you to be able to improvise and maximize the limited resources that you're having at your disposal. It's always very, very important too for you to improve your skill. As a teacher, you need 3 skills for you to be able to be an excellent teacher, a resourceful teacher, to be able to use the limited resources at your disposal to achieve the set of goals and objectives of impacting the lives of children in your class. What are these 3 skills? We have the conceptual skill. You need to understand the concept. Okay, you need to understand the concept. The conceptual skill is very, very important. Second skill that you need to have is technical skill. The technical skill, the know-how of the teaching job, the teaching profession is very, very important. When we say that you are a teacher, you should be able to know your strengths and your weakness as a teacher. You should be able to utilize the limited resources at your disposal, using your technical skill to be able to impact knowledge to the children, to the students in your care. Then the third skill is human relations skill. How do you relate with people as a teacher? How do you relate with your students? How do you relate with parents? How do you relate with your management? How do you relate with the head of school? It's very, very important. I take that again, the conceptual skill, the technical skill, and the human relations skill. It's very, very important. When you have the skills, you will be able to leverage the opportunities you have, even when you have limited resources in the classroom. You are no longer even thinking about those limited resources because you are a resourceful teacher. Teachers are not resourceful as a result of everything they have to think of is has to do with monetary gains, and it shouldn't be so. I posted something, I think 2 or 3 days ago, that I said about 4 teachers left a particular school simply because they were not given Christmas bonus, and it wasn't in the agreement of the school. So they were not driven by purpose. They must be purposeful, driven by a purpose. The reason why you are there is even bigger than you. The reason why you are in that school is even bigger than your employer. These children in your care, the student in your care, tomorrow they will remember you. It's either they remember you for good or they remember you for bad. You being in that school, okay, you being in that school, it's a period to learn, relearn, and unlearn. It's a period for you to be better. Every experience is not a waste. You need to be a fool for you to be useful. You need to be a fool for you to be useful. And you need to be in charge for you to be able to discharge. You need to be in charge for you to be able to discharge. Students will not forget you, whether you like it or not. When you ask them what's the name of the president in the year 1999, it's likely for them to forget. But when you ask them what's the name of that class teacher of yours when you were in primary 3, a quite number of students will not forget because of the impact that you have added, the value in which you have added. So what are we talking about? Where is the supply coming from? If the supply is limited, can't I discharge my duties, and at the end of the day, I'm going to achieve the set goals and objective? Can't I discharge my duties without being reminded to do that? Can't I discharge my duties without monetary gain? Can't I discharge my duties because I'm not given a bonus? Can't I discharge my duties because there is no salary increments? Can't I discharge my duties because there is no salary increment? So you need to be in charge of that class. You need to know that you are in charge of that class. Okay, you've been given the curriculum. You've outlined what the student needs to know at the end of the term. You've written that in your diary. You've checked the curriculum. It's not in line with some of those things are outdated. Yes, because of the curriculum, sometimes they are not being given to specialists to design. They are given to some persons out yet to design. And that's the reason you see that some schools even have their own inbuilt curriculum. So do you have your own inbuilt curriculum? You need to have your own learning goals for you to be able to achieve that. Having your own learning goals is very important. When you have your own learning goals, you break it down. This is what I want my students to know at the end of this week. This is what I want my students to know at the end of the section. This is what I want my students to know at the end of the year. The children's life must not remain the same. The student life must not remain the same. They must know that when Mr. AB was in our class as a teacher, he was able to discharge his duty effectively and perfectly. If you are in this teaching profession because there are no jobs, and that's the reason why you are in this teaching profession, you'll find it very difficult to even think about where the supply is coming from. And that's the reason when you tell teachers, you need to improvise, you need to create, you need to think in order for you to be able to solve some of this problem. You see teachers telling you that, oh, how much am I earning? That I want to even do that. How much is my salary? They compare with other people. I have not seen other sector complaining about their job rather than see quite a number of teachers coming online. There's always struggle between the school owner and the teachers about salary issue, Christmas bonus, and limited our thinking. The supply, for example, the supply, where is it coming from? Where is the supply coming from? You can utilize what you have at your disposal. As a teacher, do you know that lesson notes that you can turn that lesson note in every year, okay? It's either you are seeing that lesson note as a burden or you are seeing it as an opportunity for you to be able to create wealth for yourself. So you need to start thinking of what can you do for you to be able to become an innovative teacher. What can you do for you to be able to become an innovative teacher? For you to be able to create an innovative learning space. These are the things you need to do for you to be able to improvise when we have limited resources. These are what you can do if the supply is not really coming. We have limited resources. One, please take note of this. One, you need to change your mindset. Changing mindset is very important. You need to give yourself what I call self-motivation. Self-motivation is key. It's very important for you to give yourself self-motivation. It's very important for you to be able to give yourself self-motivation. It's very, very important. Yes, changing of that mindset. If you have positive mindset, once you have positive mindset, you need to start thinking of where you can get those resources for. Because you having a positive mindset, you having your inner cycle. Who are those inner cycle that you have in the teaching profession? Who are your mentors? Who mentors you in the teaching profession? What are those group? Which group do you belong to? That's really changing your mindset to be positive, okay? Because mindset, everything starts from the mind. The second one is self-reflection of yourself. Am I in this profession because of the money? Am I in this profession because I want to add value? Am I in this profession because other people are in this profession temporarily? Why are you in that profession? Self-reflection of yourself. Am I in this profession in order for me to add, to impact? It's very, very important for you to think about all that. Now, the third one is ask open-ended question. You need to ask open-ended question. You need to charge the students to be able to think. Yes, the 21st century children are more or less like computer kids. We are in the jet age whereby children want to know. They want to know everything. Even the kind number of things that teachers are teaching today in the classroom, students already know those things before coming into the classroom. And I believe you agree with me. Okay, the fourth one is create flexible learning environment. Everything shouldn't be within the four walls of the classroom because the resources are limited. You need, okay, for example, you are teaching pressure group. I'm using that as an example. The resources is not there. You can improvise. You can improvise. What do I mean by that? You can create, ask the children to bring cardboard. You can demonstrate it within the school environment. You can have the school megaphone and use it from one classroom to another as if you are creating a scene the way that labor pressure group, the NLC, the way they go on strike and all that. You can use that to create. So you create flexible learning environment that the student can easily learn without making it difficult for yourself and at the same time for the student that you are learning. The fifth one is personality matters. Create a place for all learners. Create a space for all learners. We have what we call individual learning differences. Okay, we have the fast learner, we have the slow learner, we have the introvert, we have the extrovert. There are some students, they don't even talk in the school. It's when they get back at home. Oh, my class teacher even said this. Mr. Bolaji said this. And Mrs. Swanzi said this and all that. So you need to know who are the fast learners, who are the slow learners. You need to know the kind of students that you are teaching in that class. You need to know what resources is meant for this cluster A, cluster B. Do not forget, I spoke about having them in clusters, having them in groups so that learning become more efficient and effective in the classroom. Number 6 is using problem finding. It's another method in which you can use for you to be able to create an innovative learning space, especially when we have limited resources. The point 1 is let students take risk and fail. Charge students to be able to be creative thinkers. You don't need to think for them. A good teacher don't think for students, rather allow students to think for them to be able to create. Why is it that we have students in other countries of the world? Why are they creating? Okay, why are they creating? They are creating as a result of they've been given the opportunity to take risk and also fail. So it's high time we need to start allowing our children to take risks and at the same time fail. Allow them to think, allow them to create. By so doing, it's going to really help you as a teacher for you to be able to use the limited resources in your care. And number 8 is consider a flipped classroom model. It's also very important, and I think Abdul Latif has been talking about flipped classroom model, which is very, very important. The 21st century teacher needs to upgrade to this level of knowing about the flipped classroom model. And the ninth one is invite people. You can invite the local entrepreneurs. You can invite the entrepreneurs within the environment where you are. You can invite them over to come and talk to them, first-hand experience. Innovators, bring in innovators to the classroom. Just come and talk to them. Okay, I've seen quite a number of schools do that. I've seen quite a number of schools take students to the farm about how to process cassava flakes and all that, about how to provide, how to manufacture tie and dye. I think Mr. Odetola Ebenezer has done that to quite a couple of schools I've seen online and all that. And the last one is use the design thinking process. Use the design thinking process. So it's very important. I believe with this little point of mine, the students, once you engage them, you will be able to achieve quite a number of things. Teaching profession is a great job, is a great profession in which, whether with limited resources, you can still achieve your goals and objective. Thank you. I think I need to pause here for now. Thank you for having me. My name is Bello Abdurrahman. Thank you for having me. My name is Bello Abdurrahman. Yes.
Please, I think we should entertain some questions.
Can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes, we can hear you.
By a particular innovative, why the other one is not being innovative. The point here is the teachers in other school, in the secondary school that is not being innovative, you need to ask the reason, the why. Knowing your why is very important. After knowing your why, then you need to train them, retrain them in order for them to be able to meet the standard. Then what are this process of being innovative? Why are the other schools? Why is the first school teachers? Why are they being innovative? Why are these second school teachers are not being innovative? Does it mean that they are not being they were not employed right? The process of employment, employing right is very, very key. Who are these teachers? Okay, what were the criteria? Was it based on experience? Was it because of they have experience and that's the reason why they are being innovative? The other school, was it because they are not being they do not really have the experience and that's the reason they are not being innovative? So there are a lot of whys in which you need to ask. Okay, knowing your why is very important, and once you know your why, that okay, are they not critical thinkers? Are they not thinking outside the box? Why are they not being innovative? Then once you know your why, then you can train them for training, teachers training. That's why it's very important that we have continuous professional development for teachers, and I believe with that is going to really help them. Thank you. On use the design thinking process is putting, like I said, you can put them in clusters. When you put them in clusters, then you give them let's say, for example, who move the motion. I'm using an example now for the design thinking process. You have divided the children into clusters and asked them who moved the motion in 1956. In 1956, for the independence of Nigeria, you ask the student the question, you ask them homework, you want to know the history of that person that moved the motion in 1956 in Nigeria. They go back home. You know, you have designed a thinking process for them. They come out in group because they are in clusters. I believe with that has really answered your question. Thank you. Putting the student in clusters will really help to design the thinking process. I believe I've answered your question.
Once again, can we please
I believe I've answered your question. I think another person is even asking a question about innovative.
You are saying something, sir.
There is a question that just came up, but I was unable to read that question.
Okay, the question is. This is impactful for this impactful teaching in the school. For this impactful teaching in a school where you are in a fixed class, your class may change as a new session begin. How do you create textbook for teaching for such schools? Secondly, what do you do in an environment where everything you do becomes a problem for others because they feel what you are doing is to prove that you are the best?
Sorry,
okay.
I can't hear you.
Okay, did you hear what I said? Okay, the first question is that the first question is when you are in a class and normally your class is going to be changed to another class in the next session. In such situation that you are being sent to another class, how do you
I think the network is bad. I can't hear you.
And the creation of textbook in such school? She's talking about the change of class from one class to another class every 10, just like routine. Then our second question is a situation where our colleagues are seeing her as a problematic person in the quest of trying to do show up, or she's trying to bring in a lot of ideas, and they are seeing it as a form of showing off or oversabi. You understand, sir?
One bread 400. And you should have bought bread 200 too. Even the one by
Okay. I think we need to move on right now. Okay. So the next speaker is ready. Thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I really appreciate, and as I said, we can't wait to have.
Wale Adejai is a people, product, and places developer. He is a management consultant, organization development trainer, and human resource practitioner. He has conducted several interventions in the area of performance management, organization design, logistics, and workforce activation for different companies in the country. Wale is the Chief Operating Officer of Sales Insight Nigeria, a performance and sales coaching company that look into experience and prospecting development for sales professionals and businesses. Prior to his new role as managing partner of Driving Solution Nigeria Limited, Wale functions as the lead trainer consultant for the organization in the area of safe and defensive driving practices and poise and maintenance culture for company drivers. He is an educational consultant with precisely 10 years working with different schools on the area of staff management, population increase, quality assurance, debt management, and parent management. His prowess in these areas has taken him to many schools across the country. He manages the teaching operations of over 75 schools, and he has increased the population of many schools. With his first degree at Obafemi Awolowo University, I-Life, he has PhD at Olabisi Onabanjo University and master's degree in educational psychology from University of Lagos. Wale is GPHR certified under Society for Human Resource Management in America. Wale is an associate of Chartered Institute of Supply Chain Management, specializing in business process engineering and quality program management. Wale is often referred to as Coach Wale for his coaching approach on transforming individuals, organizations, churches, fellowships, and schools. He runs High Impact Life and Leadership, a leadership and life development platform for communities, campuses, and secondary school students. This will mentor over 600 children and youths, and the number is still counting. He runs several online platforms where he coaches individuals, sales professionals, proprietors, administrators, and HR professionals on a daily basis. He is married to Temoteo Adejai, who is a fashion entrepreneur, and God has blessed their union with Chris and Daniel. Wale Adejai is a people, product, and places developer. He is a management consultant, organization development trainer, and human resource practitioner. He has conducted several interventions in the area of performance management, organization design, logistics, and workforce activation for different companies in the country. Wale is the Chief Operating Officer of Sales Insight Nigeria, a performance and sales coaching company that look into experience and prospecting development for sales professionals and businesses. Prior to his new role as managing partner of Driving Solution Nigeria Limited, Wale functions as the lead trainer consultant for the organization in the area of safe and defensive driving practices and poise and maintenance culture for company drivers.
So
He
where
is
do
an
I start
educational
from?
consultant with precisely
I will
10
just
years
start
working with
anyway.
different schools on the area of staff management,
Because
population increase, quality
I'm sorry,
assurance,
I've
debt
been on the
management, and
road.
parent management. His prowess in
And
these
while
areas
Mr.
has taken
Rotimi
him to many schools across
was
the country.
speaking, I
He
wouldn't
manages
miss
the
that
teaching
session for
operations of
anything.
over 75 schools, and
While
he has increased the
Mr.
population of many schools.
Ebenezer
With
was
his first
speaking
degree at
too.
Obafemi Awolowo University,
And when my
he has
administrator mommy
PhD at Olabisi
was
Onabanjo
speaking
University,
also.
and
She is an author, education.
And what do I say to Mr. Bello? Honestly speaking, personally, I can't wait for Saturday to come to meet that man in person. But I want to appreciate Mr. Ebenezer. Okay, I learned his echoing. I'm so sorry. Let me try.
to change my slide, though. Mr. Ebenezer, you are going to help me out. Okay. Oh, fantastic. Thank you very much. What do we say to all the speakers, and what do I say to Mr. Odetola Ebenezer? You are fantabulous. I tell you the truth. I personally have been dying to meet I personally have been longing to meet him, and finally I'm here. I want to appreciate everyone. I want to say Happy New Year. This year is going to be our best year as educators. Something is looming in education, and it's going to really spread out to everybody. The aspiration that we have this year, our desires, and a lot of things that we want to happen this year, God will give us the grace to be able to birth it all. My name is Wale Adejuibe. I'm often called Coach Wale. And I want to appreciate Mr. Ebenezer one more time for giving me the privilege to be able to, talk about this topic, overseeing overseas versus overdoing over zeal. Oh my God. When I saw the topic, my heart freezed. I'm telling you, I freezed. However, I understand the fact that as teachers, it is critically important for us, or as educators, to begin to see how we can take our operation to another level. In fact, when Mr. Bello was speaking, when Mrs. Didiolu was speaking, I felt, I should have taken that second slot that was given to me. Honestly speaking, I should have just remained JJ in that place. That coming here after everyone has spoken, I would just be saying, like Mr. Bello said, like Mommy Didiolu said, like Mr. Rotimi said, like Mr. Ebenezer said. Please, so permit me if that is what I'm saying for this my session when it's over. However, diligence, I want to speak about diligence in teaching, and as an educator, how do we redefine diligence? It is very, very important and key right now, because I believe that it is something that is needed. It's something that is needed. And I want to say that as we go into 2023, one of the areas where I want us to pay attention to is the aspect of doing things without having overdoing it as teachers. I love one of the questions that was asked during Mr. Bello's session. That question says that, how do I do things in the presence of people when they see me as being, overdoing? Or, people feel all I'm doing is that I want to prove that I'm the best. That question is so fantastic. It just addressed my point. I'm a school management consultant and coach, and I train teachers, I train school owners, and it has been the grace of God. As a teacher or as an educator, I want you to understand that if there is any time that you need to be diligent, is now. My second slide, I'm trying to change the slide now. That was why I'm trying to call Mr. Ebenezer to help me out. I'm trying to change the slide. It's not changing. But
hello, my brother. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello, my brother. Okay, yes, go to your system and put it on the flat share.
Oh, okay.
Put your under that's your PowerPoint. Just go to the extreme end as a cup. Change it to flat share.
Oh, okay.
To occupy the whole screen.
Thank you, ma.
Fantastic.
Okay, then you use your up and down key.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. All right, let me go on. Okay. Let me take it again. Okay. So, like I said, All right. Okay, let me just go on. If I can't do that, I'll get it across. So the first is that being diligent. Okay, I have it now. Thank you very much, Ma. The second slide that I have says that being diligent is not nice. I have to let you know. It is not nice. It's not a nice thing now. Being diligent is a need for every educator. Is a need. And I like to put my own interpretation of diligence. I like to use that word diligent to define diligence. What does diligence mean? It means to consistently deliver excellent results. Consistently, you are delivering excellent results in your school. That this is not a function of eye service. This is not because, maybe because it's 21st century, or maybe because it's a new year. New year and new term, new session always have a lot of staff, a lot of teachers in school. They are so, the juice is very high. But by the 5th week, you notice that it has dropped. Their energy level just dropped like that. And everybody felt that it's because the salary didn't come early. No, that's not true. It's because when we talk about, new, it has a way of, bringing a fresh thing to everyone. However, it is not about being new now. It's about what is needed. You must consistently, what this means is that you must consistently deliver excellent results every time. It's now a need to be able to take us to be able to take you to the next level, to the point where you are so relevant in every area. I can tell you the truth. Being diligent is not nice. It is now a need. It's a need. You need to see it as a need. I'm either diligent or I'm out. I am either consistently delivering excellent results. Delivering excellent results, not just putting excellent effort. Because sometimes effort don't amount to results. I was speaking to a group of teachers one day, and the teacher asked a very fantastic question. Said, Coach Wale, please, what do you do to a school or to somebody that the proprietor that will not appreciate your efforts? That question came at a very wrong time because the proprietor was there, the proprietor's husband was there, the school lawyer was there, and there are like 2 of the board of directors of the school that were in the training. So I know that what she's talking about, she's actually directing that question so that she wants to hear what I'm going to say as regards what the school management is doing to her. And I quickly came in. I said, well, from my own understanding, everybody appreciates efforts. Everybody appreciates results. I said, if you want appreciation, I think your attention needs to leave effort and it should start going towards results. And so when we are talking about diligence is ability to consistently deliver excellent results. We are going into a new year. We are in a new year, Your results should be much more. And let me quickly say this. Your last year result has become normal. It has become normal. No matter how you were praised, some people were giving awards, some people were giving gifts at the end of session program in 2022. And then you are expecting the same thing in 2023. However, your results always set up a benchmark. Thank God for Mr. Rotimi that talked about benchmark. It always set up a benchmark of what we're expecting from you next. As a teacher, I know that you are so good when it comes to instructional materials. I've seen you do it over and over. In fact, a lot of parents have appreciated you. They love you so much. But let me make you understand, your result is setting the bench for your next question. So what we define as your results is no longer based on what others call their results. We define as your result is your previous result. You still do the same thing. You decide that the reward will no longer be the same. because result has a way of giving diminishing reward. Your result has a way, if your result is stagnant, is constant, your reward will be reducing. In fact, that is one of the problems that a lot of people are facing, especially in education. What we did 3 years ago is what we want to do right now. What we did 8 years ago, because they praised you then, it doesn't mean they will praise you now. Because what you did that got you the praise has now become the yardstick for a normalcy. You need to understand, even as a school, what we know you for 5, 6 years ago that made a lot of people join you is now a normal. So when there is nothing new, I don't want to go into at all because a lot of things have been said here today. When there is nothing new again, I tell you, I will say this, the way people survive failure is where the success will also survive success. This is very, very important. And I have to buttress this to say that being diligent is not nice. Is not nice. Okay, and I said in this slide, I talked about being diligent is first mental before physical. I want you to understand this, that when we talk about diligence, I'm going to overzealous overdoing. When we talk about diligence, it's first mental. When your attention of diligence is first physical, as a teacher, what you are doing is eye service. Number one, you will be frustrated. Why? Because you are possibly putting all those things, maybe because of recognition from proprietor, from head of school, from different people. Unfortunately, nobody is moved, or if people at your cadre, they are not moved by what you are doing at the physical level. I want you to understand that. They are not moved. They just look at what you are doing and say, what is there? We can do better. You will hear a lot of people say this often by telling you, by looking at you, and they feel that your own is too much. They feel you just want proprietor to be mentioning your name. You want, you can't be, it's not possible. You can't collect my salary with your salary. When you hear things like that, I remember when I was an administrator, and you and you have some people tell you that you see, you cannot collect my salary with your salary, no matter what you want to do. If you like, do 10 people's job in this school, my salary will still be intact. And you can't do anything to avoid those people. I can tell you the truth. There are some people that you are working with currently as a teacher. There are some people that the more the innovation that you are trying to bring, the more the threat you are to them. It's okay when your colleagues see you as threats. It's dangerous when your head see you as threats. Oh my God, it's so huge. When it is not your colleague or junior colleagues that are seeing you as threats, when it is the head teacher or the administrator that is looking at you and said, the way this boy is going, his contribution is too much. It's physical. So the first step that you are going to see is that you are going to face battle of physical effort. I'm telling you the truth. You are possibly going to be taken from a place. However, that is not diligence. Diligence is first mental. It's first mental. It's not about how you think. Very, very important.
It's a cheap lesson if you want to learn.
I hope you are following me, please. If you are
Yes, sir.
following me, let me put your hand.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, fantastic. Thank you. So, as educators, I want you to understand something. That being diligent is first mental before physical. It's mental.
And then your nobody said that what you said is wrong. How is wrong? But the first question is not doing outside.
This person.
What are you doing outside? What are you doing? Is the first
please,
question.
Please.
That you were playing the answer. Now, this is 2020. What have I said about you?
Please, can someone help to build this woman that is talking? I'm not sure she's here.
That I correct your mistake. I correct
No, it wasn't the story.
Please, oh. Okay. Let me go on.
So I correct
diligent
I correct
as an
people correct you
educator
so that you not receive
first
punishment.
mental
If you misbehave, advise you correctly you.
physical.
Maybe you to check your punishment.
Are you
When you leave your matter as anybody, did anybody
Mr. Iben, are you there? Help us to mute this woman.
Everything was outside. So when you go outside, go please. When you tell mommy say you want to, did she answer you? She didn't answer you. You went outside.
Please, transformational yoga. Please mute yourself. I can hear you.
okay? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Oh, thank you, Mama. Thank you so much, man. All right. So I said that being diligent starts from your mental. It starts from mental. So that means that, Mr. Bello talked about, thinking, then innovative thinking. People naturally respect you when your actions and everything start from your mental states. And this will take me to my next slide. I have a slide that shows an elephant, a baby elephant. There's this principle called baby elephant syndrome. You can Google it, baby elephant syndrome. I know that we have heard this story before. And it's the of how a baby elephant tied down or is growth. But along the line, as the baby elephant strength is bigger than what is used to tie the elephant down, the baby elephant becomes, the strength is bigger, the baby elephant becomes elephant and is now big. But there's a problem. He will not dare to remove the rope and the pin that was used to tie it down. So he has the strength, he has the capacity, but he won't dare it. And the reason is because the rope has left the leg. The rope is now in the mind. So many times when I put up this picture in my training, I used to ask, who is more powerful? And I want to ask everyone here, from my slide, who is more powerful? Is it the elephant or the rope? Let me just see. Let's just use this time to truth. Who is more powerful? The rope or the elephant?
The rope is more powerful.
The rope is more powerful. Because if the size does not matter, and please, I want you to understand this as a teacher, the number of years that you have spent teaching does not matter. Years of experience does not matter. Whatever ties you down on the spot as a teacher is more powerful than you. I need you to understand, a lot of people are so used to a particular kind of a lifestyle. I come, I write my lesson notes, and then I remember I was telling a teacher one time, and I said there's a difference between previous knowledge and previous topic. And he said, no, Coach Wale, that was what they taught me at College of Education. I finished from so College of Education. In fact, let me mention, I said I finished from Adeyemi College of Education. That is one of the best college of education in Nigeria. I said, okay, I've heard. At some point, I said, instructional material is no longer blackboard. It's no longer chalk, textbook. I said, no, that was not what. But I noticed that is what I call baby elephant syndrome. There is something that was age-long that tied him down on his spot. And you know what? As long as the elephants remain in that confine, there can be diligence. So we talk about diligence. I want to understand this here. I need you to first go out in the mental state. Mental. You need to wear the cap and look at everything that is tying you down. Because you can't talk about creativity without first talking about this one. And the reason why it is difficult for teachers to be creative is not because they don't want to put the effort. It's because there are invisible rope that tied us to the normal way. You see, Mommy Gideolu said something.